and we wish you the best as you embark on the next chapter in your journey.
Are you purposely saying this like an old like
The
Yes,
man?
dean,
yes.
dean of Wong Fu University.
I'm like bored as if I actually were at a graduation right now. This is perfect.
More
Lunch break.
Yay! Welcome to a new episode of Lunch Break, a very special lunch break, because we're talking about that momentous time of the year, graduation season.
I'm dressed as if I was at a graduation going to one.
Nice, looking fly. But yeah, it's graduation is a very special time of the year. It's a very weird time to be a graduate, obviously, and you've probably seen a lot of ceremonies even on YouTube or on the news, or been to some yourself. Have you guys been to any ceremonies this year for family or friends?
My little sister graduated this year.
Oh.
Already?
Yeah, she graduated college. I know.
Oh my gosh. What are they doing?
I think honestly she did tell me, and like they took photos on Monday, and I was like, oh, I think they did have some kind of virtual like live stream type thing where they do call out the names. I don't know. I missed out on it, so I was like, cool, thanks, sister.
No.
What was she bummed?
Well, so she's going to grad school right afterwards, so I feel like for her it's like, whatever. But I'm sure like she's bummed. Yeah, I don't think she would show it. She was more sad about missing out on her photos.
That is true. The whole like graduation gown, like, you know, get your friends together to do pictures at the
Yeah,
end
that
of
was
the year.
fun.
That is a thing.
I've seen all the makeshift graduations, like people just like throwing confetti at home, like walking across the TV screen,
Yeah, the
and stuff
staircase.
like playing the
yeah.
music. Yeah.
But like it's interesting. The photo thing is actually a huge part of the culture of graduation that I feel like I missed out on or kind of
Me too.
not
Yeah.
doing.
I
Do
didn't
you-
I didn't really
I feel
do
like-
that.
I think
I
it's more
didn't do it.
recent year thing.
Yeah, I feel like a lot of guys always like don't think about it that much, and like unless there's like girls in the group, or at least my guy friends they didn't really care that much.
Yeah.
But it's like it's a big regret, you know. It's like
Oh,
it's
really?
always better to have it for memories.
Do you guys remember your high school graduations?
Yes.
I do.
Very clearly.
Wow.
I do remember like walking across the stage and feeling like I'm an adult now, going to college.
I will say that the biggest difference is high school graduation, you know where you're going. You know, everyone knows what college or if they're going to, kind of what the plan is for everyone, because you ask. In college or university, it's a little bit more uncertain, and it's just the scale is bigger, like all the stakes are higher.
I actually read the names too.
Oh, is it because you're
What?
the student body president?
What?
Yeah, I was.
Oh,
wow.
So it was the ASB president and then the senior class president. We read the names, but I just remember so little about it. It's so weird. I have pictures.
That's
but-
stressful, man.
I mean, but our class was so small that I knew we know. our
Yeah,
names,
I guess
so
it's
it was-
easier.
Oh, you know
Yeah.
what the difference? I feel like with high school, it felt more personal because
Yeah.
they already had your like the roster of names, and you're alphabetically like sorted. I don't know if that was for you guys, but then in college, you just write it on a card
right before.
and you hand it to them.
Yeah.
So like anyone could walk, even if
Yeah.
you're not technically graduating.
Oh,
Like,
yeah.
People would write like prank names too, like Spider-Man. Like,
I think also like, you know, when you know everyone, it's like you're excited for each person to walk. But then at college graduation,
you don't know anyone.
You don't know anyone, and then like there's always each person has their own family that brings air horns and like claps, and
Yeah.
it's like I don't want to say annoying, but it's like like you don't know those people. So.
Well,
That's twice
it
as long,
becomes
yeah.
it becomes a popularity contest in a way.
Do you remember any of your speakers?
Yeah. Okay. I don't remember the student ones, but I know that like I appreciated what they were trying to say, and I was like, you know, it's tough. Like you got a lot of cynical people. You got people that there's different social circles, but in the end, this person is trying to bring us all together. I'm talking for high school first. So like they tried really hard, and like that was nice. College, honestly, like it was someone from the department, like anthropology department, that probably no one even took their class.
Yeah.
There was a disconnect for sure.
Mine was just faculty too. It wasn't. I don't think it had like a special celebrity speaker. I would have remembered you guys. I'll say that.
You know, the funny thing is that you guys both spoke the years I graduated,
Oh.
and I was at both of your guys' speeches.
That's so cool. For the people that don't know, Phil and I both were invited to speak at UC San Diego, our alma mater. It does rank in my like top 10 achievements, I think.
Aww.
I was part of a school at my university, and I was the first class of that one school. So they invited me for the 10-year anniversary, I think.
Wait, Jen, you said you were at both of them?
Yes.
But how were
We
you?
knew
you
Phil
were
would
gra-
forget.
Sorry.
So my cousin graduated from UCSD 6th College that year Wes spoke. I didn't know who was going to be the speaker. I just sat down and I looked at the pamphlet. I was like, oh.
Wow.
That's cool.
All right. And then
For the
2016,
second
you're
time,
obviously
yes,
there with
I
me.
was here, yes.
I was super nervous. I was I don't know about you, Phil, but I was
Oh my
really
God, no,
nervous.
it's the most nervous I've ever been in my life. Like that was the most terrifying thing ever.
And the
I
stupid
still, I can
tassel
still
just
see, yeah.
wasn't face the whole time. And, oh, Phil, you were shooting it, remember?
Yeah, I will say I got to learn from your footsteps, Wes, because I saw the video of you struggling with the tassel. So like I told myself like right before
Oh
going
my
up,
gosh.
okay, I gotta make sure I do this. I gotta make sure I do this. So public speaking, I actually don't really have that much of a problem with at this point. But what made this one unique is that it's people that you don't know, right? So if I'm talking at like a Wong Fu event, that's chill because
Yeah.
it's people we know or that know us. But like 5,000 people of all different ages and backgrounds, essentially judging you and
Yeah.
giving you their attention for 10 minutes. You know,
And
oh my God.
it's like it's the culmination. The way I felt is I'm the thing that's keeping you away from all your photos right now. Like
Yeah.
you probably want me to shut up and just get over this
No.
so that you can get on with your graduation. So it's like if I'm gonna take the time, I want to say something meaningful. But if you don't know who I am, like how am I gonna do that?
How long did you take to write your speech?
I probably wrote it in maybe like over a weekend, and then kind of took a week to slowly,
wow.
yeah. But the worst part, and no one knows this, I had a really, really bad canker sore,
Ow.
so it hurt to talk.
Okay, you know what? UCSD, everyone knows you guys. I'm sure the whole audience is starry-eyed. Like,
As you can tell, we all really are feeling for the people that are missing out on kind of these experiences this year because of COVID. So we did a little call out to our care holders specifically and tried to see if any of them were graduating and thought we'd invite them on lunch break.
Yeah, this is exciting.
Yeah.
I'm so excited for this because you hear all these stories, and we really do feel for them, and it's so cool that we have people that are actually on our Patreon that are going through it right now, and this is like a little special way that we can hopefully make their graduation a little special.
So before we get back to the episode, we want to give a shout out to our friends at Off Their Plate. They're a grassroots nonprofit organization that helps fund restaurants so that they can endure and thrive during these challenging times. For every $100 donated, you send 10 meals to our COVID frontline and restore 3 shift hours to our local community. Off Their Plate was founded by 2 Asian American women and has partnered with many AAPI restaurants that need support. It's a great cause and they're doing some really cool things to celebrate Asian Pacific American Heritage Month. So be sure to check out their socials and their website to learn how to get involved or donate directly. Anyway, back to the episode. So I'm gonna bring them in. We have Andy, Josh, and Elise.
Oh my gosh.
Here they come.
Oh, I'm so nervous.
There you are.
Hey, Josh.
Hey!
Hi.
Gosh.
Whoa! This is so cool.
Wow.
Wow.
We've never had this many guests on lunch break before.
Wow.
Thanks for joining us, guys. We wanted to bring you guys on to kind of just talk about kind of the things you're going through or have gone through and your thoughts. Josh, you're graduating high school, which is different from Andy and Elise. Did you already have your ceremony?
So our school actually, they were trying to do like an in-person thing, and they were thinking of scheduling it either for like later in the summer or like winter. But I think now they've decided like we're gonna be doing an online type of graduation during like sometime in July, but then they're gonna try to bring like all the seniors into the school to receive their diploma and stuff.
Are y'all feeling like, you know what, just forget it? Like it's not worth it at this point. We've already accepted it. Like let it be. Or do you want to have these like pseudo graduations?
I think like for a lot of our seniors, like we do care about like getting that type of experience, like getting a final goodbye to each other. But at the same time, like with the way things are going right now, like everyone's kind of in the same boat where we've kind of accepted like, okay, kind of online is going to be our thing. Like it's not probable that we're going to be getting like an in-person graduation.
Aw.
Josh, that's a sign of your guys' maturity and understanding of the situation. On that note, I hear you're headed towards a place that we're pretty familiar with,
Yeah.
UC San Diego. Congrats.
Which college? at UCSD?
There's like a whole new college, the
What?
7th college.
What?
What?
Oh,
Yeah.
Wait, Taylor, did you know this?
I didn't know this. I didn't know this.
They like just
Wait.
established it last year, and we're gonna be like the first incoming class.
That's like Wes.
So I was the first class of 6th college.
Oh.
You're like, oh, you're old.
I'll give you some advice as being as a first class of a school. At least for us, they didn't really know what they're doing. So the first class becomes the guinea pig for the rest of the the curriculum. So they're gonna try a lot of things, and there's gonna be a lot of freedoms. So take advantage of that.
Elise, we met you already, right? We met you at a McDonald's event.
Yeah, I saw you guys at the first like lunch break in Katy.
Yeah.
Oh,
I remember that.
And then again at the like Yappy screening.
Oh, cool.
Oh yeah.
Oh my gosh. In Houston?
Yeah, in Houston.
fun.
Dude, Elise, you're amazing. Thank you so much.
And congratulations on graduating from Rice.
Oh yeah, thank you.
Did you already have your ceremony too?
Actually, okay, when they first like started like shutting everything down and people were like, oh no, they were like, don't come back to school and stuff, they sent out an email like, we promise you'll have an in-person ceremony.
Oh no.
And everyone was like, oh, okay. I think we'll have one, but maybe it'll be like next spring. So we had like an online PowerPoint show.
Oh my gosh.
What was that like?
So they asked people to submit photos, but they didn't have everyone on the list when they emailed out the request for photos. So like from my residential college, actually like half the people didn't get like that email. So a lot of people didn't submit their photos basically. So you just had like a little owl figure next to your name on your PowerPoint
Aw.
slide.
Oh man.
Are you really sad, or are you like how are you dealing with it, I guess?
Yeah, I was like kind of bitter about everything, but right now I'm just glad it's over because finals was really rough.
How did you take finals? Like like I heard so many different stories where you had to have two, like some people were saying you had to have 2 camera setups to show your hands. I heard like AP tests are like open book right now. Like what is going? It's like the Wild West of exams right now.
We have like this honor code. So even normally like professors will just give exams online. They're like, you don't have to come anywhere. You can just take it in your dorm room because you signed the honor code and you write it on every exam. So even normally it's like fine to take things online depending on the professor. So this time it was just everything was online.
Oh.
How do they
I know-
regulate that? Like
It's on your conscience. I think that level of self-discipline is actually more challenging. Like going to college, the hard part was professors and TAs not really telling you how to do things. It's figure it out. And you got your own time to do it. And if you don't do it in time, that's on you. So in a way, that level of self-discipline is really what you learn the most in college. So like with finals and exams being done at home and under the honor system, I hope the people that do follow that, you guys are going to be the best citizens.
And you're graduating from Hawaii, University of Hawaii, right?
Yeah.
so yeah, how have you been dealing with has it happened for your university yet?
It's funny because I went on before spring break. I went to Cali for school, like part of our van trip, and then COVID like started to like hit. When we came back, they were like, "Oh, everyone stay home." So like it was right before spring break. So they basically shut down everything. A lot of the classes went virtual. All of my like in-person classes, some of them like shut down because I'm into music. So all my band classes, orchestra classes, we don't play anymore. Graduation too came right after. They were like, oh, there's not going to be an in-person commencement for you guys. They're giving us the option, all the class of 2020, to walk in the fall.
Yeah.
But that's if you're still here or
Well, yeah, when you first heard the news that you weren't going to get an in-person graduation, what was your reaction?
it didn't hit until maybe like a week after, and I was like, oh, I guess we're not walking, because in Hawaii it's like it's a super big thing, like graduations where like people come, like families come to lay you and everything. So to not have that, like for high school and college, it was crazy.
That's true. The lays, man, like that's such a big part of graduating, and we're essentially appropriating it from Hawaii. You guys are the origin of that, and you guys don't get to do it. I never thought about that actually. Like, it is such a big deal. Yeah.
We thought we would do a little like commencement ceremony of our own for you guys.
Yeah, surprise! You get a commencement, and you get a commencement.
And anyone watching Lunch Break right now, if you're feeling kind of down about how this thing panned out, this ceremony is for you.
We first got to get dressed up for it, right? So We got to put,
Oh yeah, I found my cap from UCI. I'm gonna wear this for you guys.
I made a cap while I was here. This is a piece of string, some
That's a
Post-it
tassel.
notes.
There
That's
you
my
go.
tassel.
Oh!
What is it? It's supposed
Oh
to
my
start
gosh.
on the right, right?
Here we go. Everyone applause. Oh, hey, welcome. All right, take your seats. Take your seats. Take your seats. Thank you all for coming to the Wong Fu graduation ceremony for 2020. We want to commemorate the graduates of the class of 2020. You all have achieved so much greatness that you should be proud of in your education, and we wish you the best as you embark on the next chapter in your journey. And we have some terrific speakers lined up for you today, the co-founders of Wong Fu themselves.
Taylor, are you purposely saying this like an old like man?
Yes. You gotta embody it. Everyone knows.
All right,
You start
yeah.
listing the people that you
I'm
need
like
to remember.
bored as if I actually were at a graduation right now. This is perfect.
Wesley Chan, he's a co-founder of Wong Fu Productions, writer, director, visionary. Please welcome him with a warm applause.
Thank you. For the viewers, anyone that's graduating this year, I have so much respect and appreciation and excitement for what you guys are going to do. But specifically to Josh, Andy, and Elise, thank you guys for joining us for the Wong Fu graduation. But what does it really mean to have graduated in 2020 now these days? What does that mean? Well, in essence, you guys have graduated from COVID-19. That is a greater achievement. Be it as it may, we don't know where things are headed. We don't know what the new normal is going to be. But to have graduated in a time that's most indicative of our future, which is now, which is a uncertain one, is the biggest challenge. We don't know where to go from here. And you know what that reminds me of? That reminds me of the beginning of Wong Fu Productions. We didn't know where we were going. From Wong Fu, we've learned that adaptation is perhaps the most important skill to have as you graduate, because you can have a plan, but a plan will not always come to fruition. You want to know the difference between a map and a compass. A map will tell you where to go, and it'll tell you a plan that you have set for yourself, but a compass will tell you a direction when you don't have that plan. And I think all of you guys are graduating at a time where your plan didn't work out, and no one's plan did. The people that you counted on for those plans to happen, they don't know what to do. So in the end, it's on you guys, and that's power and that's control. You're not dependent on them. You guys are the leaders of your own future. As unfortunate and unexpected as this crisis has been, I'm really excited for what you three will accomplish, because it is new and uncharted. And I think whenever you have obstacles like that, it brings about the best achievements. As you guys graduate, don't just think about how to make a living, but live to make something. Congrats.
That was beautiful.
Wow.
Thank you, Wes. Now we have our next speaker, the second half of Wong Fu, Philip Wong.
Oh, I don't get visionary. I don't get director. Wow.
He's
What?
He's a visionary.
Okay.
Leader.
What's up, everyone? Good afternoon, graduates and esteemed YouTube creators. When you first started college, I'm sure this is not the graduation you expected, so I'm very sorry. But really, was anything in college or high school what you expected? You grew, you learned, you had unforgettable memories that will change you forever. And while this pandemic may have messed up your graduation dreams, it has not messed up who you are and the incredible accomplishments you've made thus far. If anything, it's only made you stronger and made your entire class one for the history books. Take pride in that, as difficult as it is. Take pride in the fact that in 10 years, all of you are going to be able to say, hey, remember that we couldn't graduate? It'll be something that you guys will be able to relate to. It'll be a special bond that you guys have together through memes, if memes still exist in 10 years. And hey, look at it this way. Andy and Elise, you're missing out on your college graduation, but at least you got a high school one. And Josh, you missed out on your high school graduation, but you're probably going to get a college one. All right, so there's a silver lining, okay? So feed off each other's, misfortunes, all right? But congratulations to you all going forward, and I know that it can only go up from here. Congratulations.
Wow.
Solid.
Wow. That was some great speeches. Hopefully, you guys took some great pieces away from that. Now we're gonna transition into the next part of our ceremony, which are the names and diplomas. I will be sending them in the group text chat box on Zoom that you could download.
Elise Tan, graduating from Rice University.
Yay!
Shake your hand. There you go.
Thank you.
Andy Liu, graduating from University of Hawaii at Manoa. Woo!
Oh, yay! It's uploading. There it is. Did you get it?
It's downloading.
Nice.
Last but not least, Joshua Wong, graduating from the King's Academy, UCSD bound. Woo!
Yeah.
Shaking hand. High five. Class of 2020, we flip our tassels.
We commemorate you.
Yes, your imaginary tassels.
You did it.
Oh man,
He has the weirdest green screen for you.
Oh no.
your keying
Don't
is
move
crazy.
it. Don't even do it.
What's going on? I'm scared.
Oh no.
It's so cool getting to talk to, Wong Fu fans, but also just, accomplished students that are going to do great things. And it's so cool that we've even gotten to meet some of you before. And I hope that we can meet you all again or at some point down the road. And we'll give you the handshakes for real. All right.
Yes.
But congratulations. I know it's not the most ideal, but hopefully this made things even more special.
Yeah, and to everyone that's watching, that's graduating this year, on behalf of Wong Fu Productions, we know that it's been a tough time, but thanks for keeping with us, and we're always going to be making stuff for you guys. It's been a really interesting time, but like I said, it's been creative in finding ways to reach you guys during this time too. So we're really happy that we can share our work with you guys, and we're really excited for what you guys can do as you graduate.
Congratulations.
Hope you guys liked that special episode of Lunch Break. Again, congratulations to all the graduates this year.
Thanks for watching, everyone. If you guys want to see more stuff like this and be involved in stuff like this, make sure to check out our Patreon, Wong Fu Forward.
And Lunch Break is also a podcast. Be sure to tune in there if you can't watch through our channel. Check out our merch, our store. We're selling our EBU DVDs also, if you want to check that out for a discounted price. And we'll see you guys next week for Lunch Break.
Congratulations.
Congratulations.
Bye.
As always, be sure to check out our store. Right now, we are selling a limited edition mug as a memento and a thank you for always Wong Fuing from home. Not only that, but it's the last chance to buy our movie, Everything Before Us, on Blu-ray. It's discounted and it's loaded with a bunch of features. So, with that, we'll see you next time.